Hello again. Nice to meet you. Here I'm Muhammad Ali with Amar. Hi Amar. How are you doing?
Hi, Ahmed. Hi, nice to meet you too.
Say hi to
How
our
are you doing?
audience.
Hi, audience. Hi, everybody.
Very good. In this episode, we'll just continue what we've started about accounting. We in the previous episode we've talked about almost many things. What's accounting? What are the benefits? And how we can learn, for example, about the tools and about some special terms of accounting like revenue and expense and profit. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
so let's dive into our next question. What's the difference between an asset and a liability? Am I spell it right? Liability?
Yeah, assets and liability. Yeah,
How does this apply to our own perceptions and debts?
debts. Yeah, very good question. So, actually, there is a big difference between assets and liability. So assets, everything or something that has value and owned by individual or company. As per our basic speech or last speech, we talk about we are taking two aspects: individual aspect and company aspect or organization aspect. So for these assets also individual and the company organization all of them obtaining assets. Assets can be tangible and intangible. There is two kinds, tangible and intangible. The tangible assets like physical item like real estate, vehicle, machines, and the intangible assets is intellectual property like patent, trademark, franchise. They represented economic resource, all of them, that can use to generate future benefit. In accounting term, generate future benefit, it's like profit. This is like accounting term. Asset typically listed in balance sheet. It's like you actually balance sheet we are finalizing all assets or liability or equity like that. So the assets like cash, accounts receivable, this called current assets. And there's another kind of assets, non-current assets, like property, planet, equipment. I don't like to take deep information, but this like general information about asset. So asset opposite the liability. Liability, on the other hand, is obligation or debt on individual and company or your organization, as we said, owes to other party. It represents claim of the entity resources, usually involve the requirement to pay money, providing goods, providing service, fulfillment as other obligations, liabilities, including loans, mortgage, like that. So when it comes to our own possession and debt, it called possession. So possession and debts opposite terms also. Possession, all the assets or all our asset or organization asset. These are things you own that you have value and you can potentially use to generate income or provide utility. For example, you own car, you own home, you saving money in bank like that. This all of this called possessions. The debts opposite. Your debts are you are your liabilities. These are financial obligation on me or on you or on individual or company or organization. This could include things like credit card, debit card, like that. So, credit card. So, like also like loan, mortgage, all of these calling debts. So here, the sorry, there is a difference between the assets and liability. Very big difference. They are opposite. Yeah.
Mhm. Thank
I
you.
hope to. I hope I give like good example or good clear answer.
Um, Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I hope I explain it well. I hope so.
Mhm, mhm. Yes, yes. And how can understanding basic accounting principles help us make smarter decisions as consumers?
Understanding basic accounting or principle can greatly help or empower your consumer, allowing you make smarter or more information for financial decision. So here, like, let's give an example: budgeting or and expenses or spending, budgeting and spending. Accounting principles teach you about your budgeting and tracking your expenses by understanding the concepts like income, expenses, like these examples. So expenses and the cash flow, you can create budget as we said last time. This will help you to finalize your goals or your financial goals. It will help also you to manage your spending effectively, as I mentioned before or last session, or sorry, for last episode. Also, comparing the cost. This is another example, very important. Accounts helps you to compare costs and prices. When you are understand the concept like cost of goods sold, markup, profit, margin, like that, you can better evaluate whether you are getting good deal on product or service. There is this like simple examples also for organization. Tax planning. Tax is very important for all organizations nowadays. Understanding the account concept can help to navigate tax related matters, like you will be better equipped to manage deduction or credit or exemption, leading potential tax saving. Yeah. Also, there's another example like retirement planning. All of this in or a basic account principle provide you with solid foundation for understanding the financial world. This knowledge empower you to make informed choice, manage your resource wisely.
Mhm. Very good, very good. And what is the importance of saving money, and how can accounting principles guide us in setting saving goals?
Yeah, saving money. Yeah, saving money is like crucial for variety of reasons, and understanding the account principle can provide also approach for setting or achieving your saving goals. Here is why saving money is important and how accounting principle can guide you to process like let's say emergency fund. I believe we talk about the same meaning last episode. So emergency fund like financial security. If we talk about emergency fund, life is unpredictable and the expected expenses can arise. Having an emergency fund helps you to cover all the costs without really any financial stability. So another example, investment opportunities. Saving provide you to provide the capital you need to take advantage on the investment opportunities, that you can also grow your wealth over time. So here's the importance of saving money, even for individual or for organizations.
Mhm. Thank you, thank you. And could you give a straightforward example of how someone might track their expense over a month to gain better control of their finance?
Yeah, how to track your expenses over the months, for example. Okay. So there is some steps you can control your finance. Like, let's say first you will gather the necessary tools. Like you will check your, if you like, some necessary tools like notebook, smartphone, like that, pen, digital device, making notes, and the access bank statement, credit statement, and the receipts. You will check all of this. This is like you will gather all the utilities or all the applies or tools you will use to track your expenses. The second step, you will create this. I'm just giving some simple step to for individual, even organization follow the same step. The second step, you can create like categories for your expenses. Divide your expense in categories that make sense for your lifestyle. Common categories including like grocery, dining out, utilities, transport, entertainment, housing, personal care. You will category all of these expenses. And the third step, I'm just giving some step. It will help everybody to control. Even companies, they are following the same steps.
Mm.
The third step, can record every expenses. But I believe for everybody it's difficult to record all expenses. But for organization or any company, we have to record everything. But this is like advices to everybody for controlling his expenses. To record everybody expenses, this like record everything you are expense or you are paid. This like to be sure you not you not missed something. It will be affect for your budget. And example for tracking these expenses, let's consider an individual named Alex who wants to gain better control of their finance. Sorry. Here is how Alex might track their expenses. For I'm just giving example. For the month of September, September 1 he bought grocery, $45. September 3 coffee shop, $4. September 5 gas, $35. September 7 he paid rent for 1,000 to $100. It's etc up to the last of September, or up to the last of months. This record this, it will show you how what exactly you paid or what exactly your expenses, and you can finally summarize all of these expenses in the list. That's why you can monitor your expenses. Finally you will get like a total amount. Then you will make like comparison every month and you can control your expenses. All of this step can help anybody to control expenses.
Uh-huh. The last question, what are taxes and how does accounting play a role in managing our tax obligations?
Actually, accounting is playing a very important role in this issue because taxes are like compulsory financial contribution imposed by governments and individuals business. Sorry, imposed by government on individual business and other entities fund public services like and government operations. Tax used to support various functions such as education, health, defense, transportation, and other things in society. So accounts plays like crucial role in managing tax obligation through various process and the practice. Like, let's say we can take also an example like first process, record keeping. The accounting involve like a lot of record keeping of financial transaction, which is showing income, expenses, asset, accrued expenses, details, all of these financial details, and all of this also very important for to accurate and compliant with tax regulation. And the second thing we can talk about tax planning. Accounting principle guide individual and business to optimize their tax liabilities. Tax planning involve like making I mean tax planning involves making strategy financial decision to maximize or sorry to minimize taxes legally. And also the third step, income reporting. If we talk about income reporting, taxable income calculated based on your total income from various sources, such as wages, investment, business activities. And the fourth step also, or the fourth point, deduction or credit. Accounting principle helps individual and business to identify the deduction of the tax and or credits. Deduction are like expenses that you can be subtracted from your taxable income, and that deduction very important to show this report or taxable report for the government. The financial statements also, it's like balance sheet, income statement, all of this accounting provide comprehensive overview for financial position. These statements help us to assess your tax obligation accurately. So the last step, it's like filing and return. This filing and return tax, when you are file your tax return, you use like financial information, include your income and deduction also, because not only income, you have to include income and deduction and the credits to calculate your tax liability. So accounting principle guide to prepare these returns to ensure that you accurately report your financial information to tax authorities. So it's playing a big role in tax. Very important.
Um, can I ask you one question within this question? Um,
Yeah, sure.
um, you said that if we know some about accounting, it's really impact to minimize the taxes. This is the third thing that you talked about. I'm really curious to know
Yes.
about how it does it's been done practically. I don't have any vision. Can you help me get a clear
Yeah,
idea of
actually,
minimizing
it's a
that?
very good question because yeah, it's very good question because you know, specialists they are arranging the file depending on income and expenses. They have to create this tax return depending on these two statements. One statement for income, one statement for expenses, and this or each one has tax. When you are receiving income, you receive also the tax. When you are paying any expense or any expenditure, you are paying tax. The comparison between this report and that report, there is a difference. This difference you can receive from government, let's say income income less than expenses. So in that case, there is expenses. These expenses you have paid the tax for the supplier. So in that case, when you are finalizing this report is in a proper way and professional way, so in that case you can return this amount which you paid more to the government. In but other in the other side, if you don't have enough knowledge how to report this tax report or this tax return, you can miss to record some transaction. You can miss to you can also because the knowledge is not enough. I mean, all the accountants who are giving that report, they have to take a good knowledge about law and the regulations. So the normal people or individual people, they cannot finalize this report properly. That's why you can save amount for your organization.
Mhm. Yes, yes, I got it. So it's
So,
really
yeah.
important to know how we should report these
Yeah, sure, sure, sure.
expense.
It is on your knowledge and information, even your experience also.
Mhm, mhm. Thank you, thank you. I think that's just about does it
Yes,
for.
also I need to add
Yes,
one
yes.
point because some goods are exemption. I mean this goods has like exemption from tax, and if you don't have good knowledge to finalize which exemption, which taxable, so in that case you can get lost. Yeah, or
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. No, I got a clear vision, and thank you for your
yeah.
explanation. I hope in the next episode we'll discuss about more about the accounting and other aspects of accounting. Thank you, Amar.
Thanks a lot, Muhammad.
Thank
Thanks a
you.
lot. Thanks a lot.
So
See
I'll
you next
see you
time.
in the next time. Bye for now.
Inshallah, inshallah, Muhammad.
Bye.
Have a good day. Bye. See you. See you.